Assalamu alaikum. We are in Houses of Parliament in London, Portcullis House, and at the Third World, at the program organized by Third World Solidarity, Mushtaq Lashari. The event was to remember the victims of 9/11 and to celebrate the Eid. And so there were people from all ethnic minorities and all religions. They were here together to remember both events. I have at the moment with me Malik Said Hassan. He's a barrister and specializes in human rights and criminal law. He has experience over 60 years, and he's actively involved in social activities, and he's doing quite a lot of work to improve the image of Pakistan. So we just speak to him. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes. What would you like me to say?
I want to know, I've just heard your speech, and you talked about Pakistan, improving the image of Pakistan. My question is that at the moment, most people who are in the prison, belongs to Pakistan compared to India and Bangladesh. So what will you like to say about it? What is the reason of this? Why the crime rate is higher in amongst UK Pakistanis compared to Indian Pakistanis, and Indians British and Bangladeshi British?
No, you see, as I said in my speech just now, that we have people who live in Pakistan normally has worldwide sort of a bad image. They think we are some kind of a laboratory of terrorism, and every terrorist who does something wrong comes from Pakistan or has some kind of a nexus with Pakistan. So normally people have the impression about us, as the French say, les musulmans sont les terroristes. All Muslims are terrorists. But as I said that the last time when I went to Morocco about 3 months ago, they thought very highly of Pakistanis. And I just examined it. It appeared that most of the Pakistanis who go to Morocco, they come from this country.
Yeah.
So which means that you have given to Pakistanis and to Pakistan a very good name because of your education, because of your status here, because of your behavior over here, and we feel very proud of it. And you make us proud. You make us feel proud because as a result of what you are here, we also get vicarious joy and vicarious pleasure out of it. And another thing is that you are working for Third World Solidarity. I am one of those who believe that we must live in peace and goodwill with our neighbors. So it's a very, very laudable thing that other than spending our times in war and threatening each other with atomic weapons, etc., why not to settle matters and live peacefully? So I am very much Mr. Lashari and the work that you are doing over here, creating understanding between the peoples of the third world or the subcontinent of South Asia, and also creating goodwill amongst the people, the white people, the British people of this country.
I've got another question. You talk about the education in Pakistan. The British Pakistanis, they are far behind in education in United Kingdom compared to Indian and Bangladeshis. So what are your thoughts about that?
You see, the Indians, and by Indians mostly Hindus I should say, they have a tradition of acquiring modern education about 100 years ahead of us. This is point one. And point two is that for 1,000 years they were denied the opportunity of being the rulers of their own country. So they specialize in going into business, into trade, into commercial activities, because Muslim rulers, they were more interested in running the statecraft and bureaucracy, etc., in the military, etc. And Hindu people, especially basically because India is basically Hindu, they have 1,000 years of tradition of being in business and commerce. So we can't compete with them. You even see in this country also, the richest man of this country is Mr. Mittal. He is richer than all other billionaires put together, including the Queen of England. So it is something in their 1,000 years of tradition. It is in their blood, and it comes as sort of a from generation to generation, they are reared in this kind of business activities. So basically, and in order to excel in business, you have to be very well educated as well, because education and business always goes together. And especially they have a caste system. In the Brahmanic tradition, they have 1,000 years of tradition of doing nothing but studies. So they have specialized in that. And it is for the first time in human history that intellectual knowledge can be cashed into money as well. With the age of computers and IT and this and that and everything, it is an added advantage of business experience plus the intellectual atmosphere, which combines to make you far richer.
You had the talk of Malik Said Hassan, the barrister who is specialized in human rights and criminal law. Napoleon Bonaparte has said a long time ago, you give me educated women and I will give you the strong nation. So basically, the Pakistani in Pakistan and amongst Pakistani men, what we need, the message which we need to pass, that we need to educate our women all together. And once our women will be educated, they will have they will grow up as a strong woman, and as a strong woman, they'll be able to give a better upbringing to their children and a better lifestyle, as the education is must for the development of any nation. And now we are going to speak to a few other people. So Samina, TV 786 News, London.